Blarla. Hello peeps and welcome back to Project Hospital. Welcome back to Infectious Diseases Insurance DLC, where we are working through the Infectious Diseases Insurance. Although I have to be honest, it doesn't really feel like we've done much towards infectious diseases recently. But there we are. At the moment we are working through 5 days without losing any patients. Not only does that mean preventing them from dying, but also walking out. There's quite a lot in the waiting room as well, isn't there? But I've been through them. You can see here that the ones that are quite urgent, I've put on code blue. And if there was any sort of clear department, I've sent them through to that department as we start. No, I suppose it's lunchtime. We're sort of halfway through our second day at the moment. Now, it was mentioned about with the patient that we were with at the end of the last episode. A great comment came up actually about this contusion. Is that one thing that can happen after they've had a craniotomy surgery is that they can have the brain can swell. Or fluid in the place. So a CT can help find that, and it can be very problematic. The solution being what we've already got them on, this sort of oxygen therapy. So it wouldn't cause any problems here, but it'll be just interesting to see if that's something that they've got going on. Look, we can send them for another CT, and we know that they don't have dizziness or a headache because we've done we've done an interview and we've done a physical. Have we done an interview? Oh my goodness, we've not done an interview. Oh, okay, so the hidden symptom could totally be dizziness, couldn't it? But we've done the physical. We have done the physical. So we know that they don't have a headache. But we can't do this CSF analysis either, which would require surgery. But this is something that we can only do on the Department of Infectious Diseases. I believe it's also something that we can do on neurology. Let's find out. I just know that we can't do it here. We found it out, didn't we? Neurology, yes. There we go. So we'll do that and we'll see if anything comes of it. Lisa Harris. Oh, cat scratch. Cat scratch disease. Look at this. This is not good, is it? Okay, high alert for her. I think we'd like to keep an eye on her. And yeah, defib, please. There we go. Oh, look, there's Blarla. Hello, Blarla. She must have been free in that moment. She must have been free. And then we've got... oh, look, there's another cat scratch patient here. Okay. Excellent. Who I'm watching. Maybe we should let her go. Well, is she going to be okay? I'm sure she'll be fine. I'm sure she'll be fine. She's not got her arms crossed, so we could even take her off that. Okay, good. Oh my goodness, James Baker. Wow. Okay, so we've got all sorts of problems going on here. Millions of exams, which we're just going to take off. We'll stop the surgery for the moment. Let's get them on an IV infusion. Well, we'll get them to the ICU, and then we need to remove this foreign object because we have a foreign object present. So this is traumatology. I can't wait to get to this department. Once we finish this insurance, we'll do the next insurance, this Protect Care, which is for traumatology. I'm really looking forward to that. But we have to get through these days first. I think we'll be keeping a close eye on James Baker here. That is for sure. Seems that Mark is also about to go to his CT. There is a room available. Is it Mary Tornado? I wonder if she'll be along shortly to take him. As that they cross paths. Mark is on his way to CT as James arrives. Here we go. Hello, James. Hello, James. Right, so he needs to undergo stabilization, which they are on. If I turned it this way, can we see him? A little bit better, but not massive. It's fine. Okay, and they come to stabilize him. This is where having a decent anaesthetist helps. Okay, stable. And they are now removing the foreign object. Fantastic. So that's dealt with this issue here. I still, you know, we haven't taken any deep looks at all the illnesses you can get in traumatology at the moment, but it looks like there's a lot of very difficult things to deal with, so I'm excited for it. And then we want to give them an IV infusion to deal with this. Distributive shock results from abnormal distribution of blood flow in smallest vessels. Right, okay, so now we could really do, I think we're going to do some emergency care on these penetrating wounds, and then we'll try and get them into surgery. There's all sorts going on here. But they have had a physical, so if there was any hemorrhaging, they would have found it, plus there'd be blood everywhere. There we go. So they are now doing the emergency care, and after that I'd like them to go straight to surgery. So what's going on with Mark? Mark, here he is. It's possible that it's not a thing with Mark, but it's a nice thing to check. It was really, yeah, so it's not here for Mark, but I felt it was certainly worth checking, because it wasn't one that I don't think I've ever come across it before. So it would have been really cool to find it, but we didn't this time, but at least we checked for it. So waiting for a surgical team. Could do without that, really. Oh, look, and Lisa's just across the way. Lisa is just across the way here with her cat scratch disease. She seems fairly stable now, so all we need to do is just try and make her a bit more comfortable. So yeah, we're going to give her everything here, because we've got, well, I like to tell people to get some rest anyway, but also these are 2 different painkillers which will have a positive effect. James Baker has now gone into septic shock. If we could arrange his IV antibiotics. Also, could we, just out of interest, take a blood analysis? Oh my goodness, somebody else is now crashing. This is craziness. Although this person's probably going to be fine. We'll let them deal with that, I think. Is what we'll do. We'll let them deal with that. We're not going to worry about it. We're going to stick with James Baker up here. So, is that Lisa Harris across the way? It is. She's been receiving. There we go. So Lisa's going to be fine now. So we're going to get rid of all that. So it's all about James Baker, who we could really do with getting into surgery. Are we ready yet? Is there a surgical team ready? Oh my goodness, there's no surgical team ready. So yeah, do the blood analysis. And then we must, can we please get him into surgery? Blood analysis is underway. If they go to the blood lab in the ICU. Anything? Because we've had septic shock. It suggests there might be an infection, but it's just coming back. Oh, do you know what? I feel like we should check those. No, that's fine. Oh, Mark's back. I don't think we're going to worry about Mark anymore. I think he's fine. Do you know what? When he goes down to neurology, we might try and do the CSF thing, even though I don't think it's a thing. I want to know what those hidden symptoms are, frankly. We'll be able to do an interview there and everything, but we'll have to wait for him to be sent back to neurology. We are still waiting for a surgical team. I can't believe it. What is the time? It's not crazy hours. There are no surgeries happening. What's going on, guys? Where is the surgery? Oh, it's hard to know. Oh, it's ICU for neurology. Give me one of the. Wow, sorry, we've got 4 teams. apparently. Nobody to take them. That's crazy. That's crazy. Can't... What are the nurses doing? Are they all having lunch? It's a late lunch. This is an outrage. A transporter's treatment. Okay, so they are... they are on it. Thank goodness. Which... I don't know which operating theatre they're going to be in yet. But he is being transported, finally, so we can deal with this large arteries damaged. Issue. Oh, is it going to be this one? It could be. Getting ready for James Baker. Look at that. Oh, right. Now, this is exactly the sort of thing that could have us fail our 5 days in a row lost cases. Look at this. He's been waiting to be seen all day. My goodness. We've also got somebody here. We're going to send her through to infectious diseases. And does she need to be hospitalised? I think she might have to be hospitalised for that. So there's that. Now, we have no idea what department would be best for this guy. So let's just try and find a department that's currently empty. Like Blarla's department is currently empty, but Blarla is also not there. She has... There she is. Fulfilling needs. It could send to traumatology. Can't see the doctor there either. This is a tricky old business, isn't it? He's already seeing somebody. We could send him to neurology. That's what we're going to do. To try and stop this. Ooh, he's looking a bit rough. Yeah, let's send them to... that was neurology. This one to traumatology. With a blue alert as well. Yes, yes, yes. We've had a whole slew of patients threatening to leave because they haven't been seen in ages. We managed to get Mark Foster in. But then... I mean Frank Foster. But then we also had Karen. So I've put her on a blue alert. But it looks like it's quite busy here, doesn't it? It does look quite busy here. I wonder if we can send... We're going to send her over to here. Now, I don't... It's not like the best place, but at least if we can get her seen, that might be a start. Maybe even hospitalised, yeah. Okay, because I don't want them to leave. So over here, okay. So on blue alert, seeing somebody, but then she's definitely next. Oh, and then we've also got this person currently in internal medicine, right? Oh, with that, I've just sent this woman to internal medicine, even though it's a bit premature. Right, and what does this say here? So we've done a physical and we found nothing at this moment in time. Okay, so it might be worth doing, oral cavity. Let's do that. Taking a temperature as well, we are seeing here. Looks like it might be good. We've done the interview. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Right, look, we're getting through them now. Right, well, let's do the physical, and we should probably also do should we do nasal? Oh, okay, the chest, and yeah, nasal cavity inspection as well. There it is. Let's get that going. That would be great. So now Margaret is still waiting for this to finish up here. Looks like we're very, very close. She's treated. Get her out the door. Oh, look. What is this? Another one. Another one. Where is this lady? Where? Where is that her there? Get her on blue alert. The queue outside here does seem quite large, doesn't it? I wonder... Let's get rid of that a minute because it takes up a lot of the screen. So I might send her to traumatology. I know it's weird But that's sort of the situation that we get into, that we're just trying to utilise everybody that we can. It's clearly busy today. What's this? Financial crisis causes 50% lower insurance payments. Right? It seems like we have a lot of people around. Anybody else? No? Okay. So we're going to get her to move departments. Come along. She's looking at her mobile. She's looking at her mobile. She's not moving anywhere. Oh, go into waiting room. Oh, she's glitching a little bit. There we go. Right. Okay, this lady is unhappy. I can see why. I feel like there was something chronically wrong with this woman, and we've not really dealt with it. She should have been hospitalised, I feel. I don't think we can hospitalise her now. Oh no, going to... Well, she's going to the pharmacy. I don't think we can. Actually... It's just that I really feel like we should be doing an ECG or something. Let's see if it'll let us. Don't know. So waiting for player. So we did find a temperature, but we've not been able to whittle this down anymore. So what we're going to do is a differential here. Oh my goodness. So the differential has helped us find it. So supportive therapy. Does she have to be hospitalised for that? It does say did office diagnostic unit. Oh, and is that and regular ward? So it might be that, yeah. Hospitalised. It's not contagious. We'll arrange that supportive therapy. Some rest and bring that temperature down. So the problem is that, yeah, she's going to be queuing in here again. Oh, look at this guy. This guy's not looking clever at all, is he? He's got hypertension. Let's get that done. Oh, Margaret. Margaret is one that we've been needing to keep an eye on because she was complaining about leaving. Okay, so let's do a physical and take a look at her arm. In fact, the fact that she's in should be pretty straightforward. So we're just going to let that go ahead without controlling, I think. But yeah, we've got a situation here, haven't we? So, wow, you're just going to send him home? Really? We can't be sending him home. He doesn't look okay. What is going on here? It's like all the doctors have forgotten how to do their jobs. I've never had so many issues before. Right, Frank. I guess we'll be doing a differential. Well, we could take a temperature. That would help. That helped us find nothing. We could do the serologic testing. But given that he complained about leaving, let's see if we can get this done in a differential. That's what we'll do, I think. What on earth is going on here? So, yeah, I want a physical done. Absolutely. I'm going to take over this one, I think, as well. We've had Nancy here collapse with septic shock. Oh my goodness. It's getting very real up in here. So we can now move Karen King to the Department of Infectious Diseases. She's been hospitalised in general surgery. So we're going to move her now and get the actual treatment that she needs. Let's also bring down her temperature. I think that would be great. But otherwise, we'll let her go. Back here with James Baker. Things seem to be going fairly well. We're going to arrange some bits to just make him a bit more comfortable, so he has less pain. We're going to do a physical. Now, I'm aware that he's had a lower limb x-ray, but he's not had a CT to check for any of this or MRIs or anything. So we are going to arrange for him to have further scans, just to see if there's any other damage that we have not yet found. That's what we're going to be doing there. Oh, and look, Frank has influenza A, so we're just going to give him some antivirals, I guess, and send him home. Really pleased that I forced that physical of David through, because look what's going on here. Let's get this going. I'd also like to check for these sorts of things. Let's do this pulse. What else? Yeah, well, we probably don't need to do the evaluation, but let's do it anyway, just so that we can absolutely confirm what is happening here. Well, all kinds going on here. We can see that, yeah, we do have hypoxia over here for David. She almost sent him home. This is an absolute outrage. Let's get him on some concentrated gas. He may need to be hospitalised for that. Probably. And look, we've also had a serious leak, which has occurred at a chemical plant. Authorities are advising local residents to stay inside with their doors and windows closed. Emergency services are now transporting a large number of people to nearby hospitals. So we are now having... It's just like the worst time for it. Okay, we're going to accept and we're going to take over all patients. And yes, he does need to be hospitalised. I'm not surprised. So let's get him hospitalised. We're also going to get some protective dressing, I think, put on. Wow. Poor David. Almost sent home. I'm really pleased we caught that, to be honest. Really, really pleased we caught that. Because that was bad. His comfort is going up a little bit, but there's a lot of bad things that have occurred here. Also, we should probably do an ECG on this guy as well. That might be good. Otherwise, I think we've covered everything that we can. We haven't left any stone unturned with David. Not going to let him go just yet, though, in terms of the fact that I'm controlling it. This, Nancy Foster, collapsed. So she has now been taken, look, to trauma. We just need to figure out what on earth is going on here. I'm pretty sure that Nancy has this. For the simple reason that we checked for this. And it was negative. If we did this, but then if we're wrong, if we are wrong, that could be problematic. Okay, we won't. Right, let's stop the vomiting and let's give her something for the pain for the moment. She did go into septic shock, hopefully, which again sort of suggests an infection, doesn't it? Oh, do you know what? I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to do that. Let's see how it goes. The test is already in place for it. Results are in. And we have indeed detected this. Do you know what? I'm happy with the decision that I made then. Very happy with the decision I made. We've done well there. We have done well there. I think everything else is probably fine here. Excellent. This came up, and I did it without even thinking about it, but maybe I should show that I'm doing it. So it came up here saying that there was no beds in observation for Christopher Lee here. And he was being sent to traumatology observation. So what I did was I cancelled it, changed him to cardiology because we know what's wrong with him. So changed him to cardiology, then arranged hospitalisation and his IV, which is what he needs for this. And he should now be absolutely fine, because I think sometimes it's good to show what I'm doing when it's saying stuff is full, because I think many people feel the need to build more beds, and often you don't need to, depending on what sort of state your hospital's in. And in his case, he certainly didn't need to be going to observation. That much is for sure. We've managed to whittle Jane down to these 3 PCR. Serologic, right, okay, so we're going to have to do... Oh, do you know what? We'll do 1. I was hoping we'd only have to do 1. And we can do just this one. Reason being is that it'll either distinguish whether it's this or this, and if it comes back completely negative, then we know it's this. Haha, process of elimination. Let's also bring her temperature down and something for the pain that she is in. And I think ultimately she may need to be hospitalised Actually, no, she might not need to be hospitalised. Well, okay. She was one of the ones that was threatening to quit, you see. So, being a bit cautious with her. Here we are. Look at this. James Baker. So, where are we? Was this the CT? So he's about to go for an MRI. Oh, we found a surgical cut. So that's from the last surgery that he had. But also, look, his small intestine has been perforated. So really pleased that we found that. So we need a small bowel resection. Is that what we need? Okay. We also need to deal with this surgical cut. But it looks like he's going straight for an MRI. He is having a very bad time, James Baker. There's no doubt. With this emergency, we only have 5 patients here, and they're all coming in through the emergency. We've dealt with one. This is what's come in now with Kate. Could be almost anything. Let's start with the physical. Always a good place to start. And that's why the physical found it. Wow, that was super easy. Okay. I've also noticed that a lot of these, they don't really need to be hospitalised. But they are. So we're earning money. Let's send her off to internal medicine then. Mary Hall has just arrived. Let's start with the physical. Another good one is to check vision with this one usually. Or neurological testing. Let's start with the vision. Let's do this. Because I can't do a differential in trauma. Because they're all anaesthetists. Oh, there we go. Yep. Well, the physical found it. So, let's get her on the oxygen. Let's, oh, she's got respiratory failure. Let's get her on artificial ventilation as well then, shall we? Stop the vomiting. We'd like to stop the vomiting. Wow, they're all coming in now. Don't stop working on this lady. That's good enough, actually. Now get her into internal medicine. What have we got here? Same situation. Well, kind of. Not quite. Yeah, in fact, it's quite different. So, wow. Oh, it was trying to save there. Did you see that? Right, let's do a physical here. See what that gets us. James Baker, then, has had his MRI, and he has kidney damage as well. Wow. So another surgery. Oh my god, he's having a really bad time. We haven't dealt with the surgical cut yet. So he's now being transported to treatment. I guess it's for this. So he's now going to go and have his small bowel resection. Lisa's being rushed in. This is the last lady for our emergency. Let's do physical. We know what it is. Let's get her on the oxygen as well, actually. That would be great. We might need to do some neck palpitations. Great. What is this? Jennifer Aniston is collapsing. Anderson? They never quite got her on the things that we've told them that she needs. This is not good enough. We successfully completed the event. Well, that's nice. That was lucky. So 20,000 doubloons for that bad boy. Pleased about that. Where are we with all these people? See, he's waiting for his ECG. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, he's been taken straight into surgery. They're not messing around with James Baker. Well, the rest of the day seemed to go quite smoothly. And we did our emergency. And I'm happy to report that James Baker here is going to be absolutely fine. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you to all my Patreons for their continued support.